Y'all pay attention because this just took a wild turn. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan started connecting dots that nobody expected to go public this fast. He laid out a theory that the current geopolitical chaos is being used as a massive smokescreen to bury something much closer to home. And right in the middle of this tension, Melania Trump did something that stunned the media and caught even her own husband off guard. She suddenly denied any link to Jeffrey Epstein without even being asked. That alone raised eyebrows. But here's where it gets unsettling. Just days later, a quiet document tied to the Federal Bureau of Investigation surfaced, and the timelines inside it don't match the story we've been told for 20 years. Now, the internet is locked on one question. Why speak first if nobody accused you? Because sometimes when pressure builds behind the scenes, the truth doesn't wait, it slips out early. What looked like a simple denial is now being re-examined as something much bigger, especially after Joe Rogan put the spotlight on it. Before we go any further, let's set one thing straight. This isn't a reckless internet pile-on. Right now online, there are countless claims being thrown around about Melania Trump and the Epstein network. Some are exaggerated, some are fabricated, and some have no evidence at all. That's not what we're doing here. What matters in this story is what can actually be traced, verified, and documented. The photographs that exist, the emails that were sent, the FBI records that can't be dismissed, and the court filings that are currently shaking the White House. Up until April 2026, mainstream conversations weren't seriously linking Melania's name to Epstein in any meaningful way. That changed instantly on April 9th, the moment she stepped forward on her own and addressed it publicly. That single move shifted everything. So now the real question becomes, what pushed her to do it? To understand that, we have to look at a Brazilian model who boarded Epstein's plane as a teenager, the warning she posted online just 24 hours before the speech, and the sudden silence that followed. Think about the timing. April 9th, 2026. By all accounts, it was supposed to be a routine day inside the White House. No major announcements, no scheduled briefings. And then, without warning, Melania Trump walks into the grand foyer and begins speaking. There was no build-up, no official notice. Even veteran reporters were caught off guard. ABC News pointed out live on air that the First Lady's office had given no indication this was coming. Even Donald Trump later admitted he had no idea she was going to address it. That's not routine. That's not coordinated. That's a response to a fire that was already burning behind the scenes. In her statement, Melania didn't hesitate. She insisted she was never a victim, rejected the idea that Epstein introduced her to Donald, and claimed she had no awareness of the abuse. Every point was delivered directly, but it raised a massive contradiction. You see, Melania maintains they met by chance at a New York party in 1998, but there's a name at the center of this network that connects every thread: Paolo Sampoli. Sampoli is the modeling agent who says he discovered Melania and arranged her move to the US, but his name doesn't just appear in her biography, it shows up repeatedly in DOJ files connected to Epstein. Records show Sampoli was actually attempting to purchase a major modeling agency, Elite Models, alongside Epstein. That's the same agency that represented Ivanka Trump when she was just 15. And today, in 2026, Sampoli holds a powerful role as a special envoy for global partnerships under Donald Trump. So why did Melania feel the need to break her silence now? It might have everything to do with a woman named Amanda Ungaro. Just one day before Melania's speech, Ungaro, a Brazilian model who has been tied to Sampoli for nearly 2 decades, posted a series of messages on X. They weren't subtle. She wrote, "I will tear down your corrupt system," and asked Melania, "What did you do? You tried to involve me, but you failed." Here's the chilling part. Amanda Ungaro was a teenager when she boarded Epstein's Lolita Express in 2002. She's documented as having met Ghislaine Maxwell while still a minor. And right after Melania made her White House statement, those posts vanished, deleted. No explanation, just gone. Now let's separate noise from fact. While the media has focused on rumors of escort services, claims which Melania successfully sued over in 2016, the documented reality is actually more complex. We have the 2000 photographs of the four of them together at Mar-a-Lago. We have the confirmed email from 2002 where Maxwell calls Melania Sweet Pea. These aren't conspiracies. They are the paper trail of a social circle that overlapped in ways that are now becoming legally dangerous. The biggest blow to the narrative came from the FBI files themselves. A witness interview surfaced claiming it was Epstein himself who made the introduction between Donald and Melania. Now step back and look at the contradiction. Melania says it was chance. Ciampoli says it was him. The FBI witness says it was Epstein. Three versions of the same moment, and only one can be true. Ciampoli has even stated he's willing to testify before Congress. But if the story is simple and harmless, why would he need to testify at all? This tension exploded into a billion-dollar legal battle with author Michael Wolff. When Wolff suggested these links, he was met with a massive lawsuit threat meant to silence him, but he didn't retreat. Instead, he used anti-SLAPP laws, legal safeguards designed to stop the powerful from burying the truth. He raised $800,000 from the public to fight back, claiming he has hours of recorded interviews with Epstein that have never been heard. The real issue here isn't just what has already been said, it's what might still be waiting to come out. Every time a legal threat is used to shut the conversation down, the curiosity only grows. With conflicting timelines, resurfaced documents, and voices refusing to stay silent, the situation feels less like a closed chapter and more like something that is just beginning to unravel.